Hi everyone. I'm sorry it's been a while since I've shot a video and posted it on my channel here, but today I thought I would carve out a few minutes and shoot a video that I hope some of you will find interesting, hopefully most of you. For about 25 years or more I've been searching for the real early 7-inch records, Berliners and Eldridge Johnson 7-inch records, Victors and Victor Monarchs and so forth. And I found kind of a small box that has, this probably has 100 or more. This is just a part of my collection of early 7-inch records, and I thought I'd go through a few with you folks, and just to see if any of you get a kick out of some of the old records that I have, some of the old 7-inch records. These are all 7-inch records here, okay? And like I said, it's a small part of my collection of them. I just love these old 7-inch records, and hopefully you'll enjoy this. I have my night shot option utilized here on my camcorder, one of my camcorders. So I apologize if the colors aren't quite right, but I had to do this because the lighting is so poor today. It's just really dark out. It's cold and just kind of snowy outside, and I thought, well, this would probably do better than the regular lens options that I have on this. Anyway, so let's begin. Here is 7-inch by Arthur Collins, Cindy, I Dreams About You, and the Eldridge Johnson Victor record label. That's a fun one. There's Victor record Violets on the very last of the early looking Victor record labels. This is by J.W. Myers, and go through the box here kind of quick. I'm not going to go through all of them here, so don't worry. This is a Victor Monarch record, 7-inch, and that's the same selection, Violets by J.W. Myers, 1141, but on an earlier label. These early Victor Monarch record on the 7-inch Patents label, very hard to find. In fact, all of these 7-inch records are hard to find. The Holy City by Edna Florence on the Eldridge Johnson 7-inch Victor record label. Another Victor Monarch record on the 7-inch, While the Leaves Come Drifting Down, Dudley and McDonough. Let's see, this is My Blushin' Rosie by the Metropolitan Orchestra. Note it's A, 294, and the ones that began with A were the very first Victors. Let's see, this is Love Me Phoebe. Those of you who follow my channel will recognize Love Me Phoebe. I have it on a 9-inch Zonophone etch label, and I played this, not this record, but that 9-inch etch label Zonophone record I played on my one of the Zonophone rear mounts in my collection probably 2 years ago, and I posted a video of it. Really fine song. Okay, here's one of my many Berliner records. This is, I apologize for the lighting here, but this is Chime Bells, Home Sweet Home. Doesn't sound like anything real interesting, but by the way, if any of you want to, drop me a line and want to do some horse trading, I might be convinced to trade some 7-inch records. This right here is A Burglar's Experience with an Old Maid. That's, of course, John Terrell. I featured that on a video of mine a while back. Another, these are 7-inch Zonophone etch labels. This is When the Harvest Days Are Over by Mr. Joseph Natus. He went into obscurity, Joseph Natus. Unfortunately, he died, like Vernon Dalhart, almost penniless and unknown. in a little village of Rome, New York. He got a job after his, I guess he really couldn't find anything to do with recording when his career was over, and he moved himself out to Rome, New York, and got a job at an old hotel, and I don't think he was, recognized by anybody really, and sadly he passed away, without hardly anybody knowing about it. This is, well, I can't even read this myself. Hail to the Spirit of Liberty, and this is by Victor Herbert's band. Victor Herbert, that's on the Zonophone label. Real early Victor Herbert. He went on to record with Victor and like that, but didn't record all that long. Another Zonophone here, The Runaway Girl, again by Victor Herbert's band. These are all in really spectacular condition too. Back to another Berliner. This is Cal Stewart with Laughing Song. Cal Stewart's Berliner records are very, very scarce. I'm happy to own a number of them. Here's another Berliner by Cal Stewart. This is Uncle Josh at Coney Island. And again, really, really nice to have Cal Stewart. Hunting Scene by the Zonophone Orchestra. That's an early etch label Zonophone. Boy, my arm's getting tired. Berliner. This is another Berliner. This is by Seuss's band. This is Meeting of the Blue and the Gray, of course, alluding to the soldiers of the Civil War. That's by Seuss's band. And let's see here. Rabbit Hash by Billy Golden, of course, his famous, this is probably an original one of the original versions of that song. Hold on a second, folks. Man, my arm is killing me. My shoulder is really, really bothering me. I just got to take a break here. Okay. Stretch a little bit. Okay, this is another Berliner. This is Fakir Selling Corn Cure. Recitation by George Graham. You'll recognize that when I played that on my Victor Type A top wind and posted it. This is another Billy Golden, duetting Ober de Hill. That's from, I believe that's from 1897. All handwritten. This is Killarney by W. Paris Chambers. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully you folks can see some of these labels. This is The Sweetest Story Ever Told by Mr. A. Campbell, Al Campbell. A lot of people don't realize that Albert Campbell went way back, and he continued to record on Edison in later years. Quite a long career for him. J.W. Myers, you can see he signed the Dead Wax there. Onward Christian Soldiers, J.W. Myers, Berliner record. Just a few more here. Here's a neat banjo duet it's called King Cotton March by Cullen and Collins. Of course, I'm pretty sure this is an Arthur Collins that we all know from the days with Byron G. Harlan. But that's a banjo duet by Cullen and Collins on Berliner record. National Fantasy by W. Paris Chambers. Just a couple more here. Turkey into Straw by Billy Golden. 12 Months Ago Tonight, that's by J.W. Myers. He Never Did the Same Thing Twice, sung by Mr. Dan W. Quinn. That's from 1897. Let's see here. Len Spencer, You'll Get All That's Coming to You. Again, these are all Berliners in my collection. Probably that one's from 1897, 1898. Another Len Spencer, the Whistling Rufus. Again, probably 1898 or 1897. judging by the typed title. Married Life by the monologue comedian Mr. George Graham. He was great. He was an early black recording artist, I'm pretty sure. And his records are quite hard to find and pretty valuable today. Let's see. This is George Graham, and I can't even read it. Let me see. Oh, drama in one act. That's what that one is. All handwritten. I couldn't quite read the writing on it, but that's George W. Graham. That's from 1896. Let's see. Dancing in the Sunlight, xylophone solo by Mr. Charles Lowe. There's that one. And the Seraph cornet solo by W. Paris Chambers, and these are all Berliners. And a lot of these I haven't even played yet. I've had them for many years. This is the Ladies Brass Quartet, Boston. I'm not sure. Hopefully one of my viewers will help me with that. Boston something. Looks like something Jets. Can't be Suffragettes. Anyway, Morning Serenade, all handwritten. That's from 1897, I believe, or 1896. The Vacant Chair, J.W. Myers. Estudiantina Waltzes by the Banda Rossa. And Near My God to Thee, played by Seuss's band. And let's see, some kind of schottische, so Scottish, Mr. Noel and Miss McNeil, I think. Bugle Calls by Chief Trumpeter Cassie of Roosevelt's Rough Riders. This one here I feature in one of my earlier videos. This is Arthur Pryor. He was a wonderful trombone player. This is Miserere from Il Trovatore, trombone and cornet duet by Messrs. Pryor and Higgins of Seuss's band. Again, another early Berliner. This is the last one I'm going to do. This is the Gladiator March by Sousa. And that's from 1896, I believe. And then there's, lots and lots more, but my arm is getting too tired. Anyway, thanks so much. If you can stick around for another couple of minutes, I'm going to come back and I'm going to play one of these. I'm not sure when I'm going to play, but hopefully you'll enjoy whatever one I pick out of here to play. So I'll be back in a little while, okay? Thanks so much. Okay, we're back. As you can see, I have Yuba Dam, early recording by S.H. Dudley from 1901 on the 7-inch lease label, Victor Eldridge Johnson. And I'm going to play it on my top wind Victor Type A pre-dog. So it is appropriate. This is what the people of the day would have played it on, one of these if they had one. And that's pretty much it. I just oh, I know what I was going to mention. This isn't one of the records that I showed you earlier in the video. This is one that I decided to play from another large group of early Victor 7-inch records that I have. And one thing I wanted to mention before I begin this playing this song is if any of you have any early 7-inch records that you would like to sell or trade, by all means give me a shout via private message, and maybe we can work out a deal. And even if you just want to talk, about these old 7-inch records, because they're one of my favorite things to collect. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and as always, thank you so much for stopping in. Oh, and by the way, on this, a lot of my 7-inch records, I like to protect them especially if they're in pretty decent shape as this one is. So this one, with apologies, I'm not going to set the reproducer onto the record. I've got it started in the first groove, so hopefully it'll work out okay. Alright, here we go. Kick off the break, and thanks for stopping in. Hope you enjoy this.
Yuba Dam, sung by Dudley. Out west they have some funny towns with funny names as well. Now there's one place called Yuba Dam, 10 miles from where I dwell. A conductor once I traveled with, who was a substitute. He did not know the station, which led to a dispute. Where do you want to go, says he. Yuba Dam, says I. I'll not, says he, then grabbing me, to choke me he did try. He punched me in the solar plex, he put me on the bum. If you should go to Yuba Dam, pretend you're deaf and dumb. That evening when I reached my home, my wife began to scold, because the supper she'd prepared had stood till it was cold. I offered explanations, but they failed to pacify, and when she looked me over, I could see blood in her eye. Where did you get that load, said she. Yuba Dam, says I. Then with a great big frying pan, he frescoed my right eye. He made me yelp, I called for help. It was a sad mishap. I think the town of Yuba Dam has no right on the map.